If your only reference point is the busy strip of Ocean Boulevard, you're missing out on about 80% of the story. The fear that you'll move to a beautiful place and be lonely, from your corner of the world where you've built relationships over decades to being the new person on the block. What if I picked the wrong neighborhood? You find the perfect house, but you hate the vibe. The traffic pattern is a nightmare. The community is too transient. You've seen those videos, the ones with the dramatic titles, "Move to Myrtle Beach now," or "Why Everyone is Leaving the Northeast." Maybe you even shared one. And deep down, something in you thought, is that me? Here's the truth. That feeling you got, that little spark of what if, that wasn't just a reaction to a video. That was your gut telling you something important. I'm Layne. For the past decade, I've been helping families just like yours navigate what I call the last great move, the relocation to Myrtle Beach in the Grand Strand that finally trades the cold, the taxes, and the grind for something genuinely better. Today, I'm not going to sell you on moving here. Instead, I'm going to show you why this region triggers something so deep and so real, and how understanding that can help you make the smartest relocation decision of your life. Now, let's get into it. Before we dive in, I get calls and messages every single week from people who are somewhere between "I'm just curious" and "I need to do something about this." And honestly, I love those conversations. Whether you're thinking about a move in 9 months or 9 years, I offer a free, completely no pressure call where we just talk about your situation, your timeline, and your vision for what this next chapter looks like. No pitch, no obligation. There's a link in the description to grab a time. If you're even a little bit curious, that's reason enough to reach out. Okay, let's talk about what's really going on in Myrtle Beach. Here's what I've noticed after a decade of doing this work. The viral videos about Myrtle Beach, they don't go viral because of house prices or square footage. They go viral because they tap into something much bigger. They tap into a promise, the promise of lower taxes, warm winters, a vibrant community that doesn't require you to hustle for every social connection, a lifestyle that actually reflects the decades of work you've put in. My clients, I call them next chapter relocators, are typically couples in their late 50s or early 60s. They've spent 20, 25, sometimes 30 years building equity in a home up north. They've paid their dues, and they're not just looking for a house, they're looking for the right next chapter. South Carolina has no state tax on Social Security income. Property taxes here are a fraction of what my clients pay in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And when you combine that with the weather, the math starts to feel really compelling really fast. But here's the thing, and this is important. If you make this move based on the promise alone without doing the deeper work, you can end up disappointed. And that's exactly what I want to help you avoid. There's something I've started calling the Great Purge. And if you've been in your home for 20 plus years, you know what I mean. It's that moment when you realize you're not just selling a house. You're sorting through every Christmas ornament, every box in the attic, every piece of furniture that used to mean something. It is physically exhausting, and emotionally, it's a lot. My clients go through a profound identity shift during this process. You're moving from being the neighbor everyone knows, from your corner of the world where you've built relationships over decades, to being the new person on the block. And that's scary. I want to name that because I think too many real estate agents gloss right over it. This is a big deal. This is your life. One couple I worked with from New Jersey, they called me 3 years before they were ready to move, 3 years. And that was exactly right, because they needed time to sit with what they were really leaving behind and what they were genuinely moving toward. That patience, that's what I call your timeline is my timeline. I'm not here to rush you. I'm here to get it right. Let me bust a common myth right now. Myrtle Beach is not just one place. The Grand Strand stretches for 60 miles and includes communities that are wildly different from each other. And if your only reference point is the busy strip of Ocean Boulevard, you're missing out on about 80% of the story. Pawleys Island has a quiet, almost tucked away charm. It feels like old coastal South Carolina. Market Common, in the heart of Myrtle Beach, has walkable streets, restaurants, and a real town square feel. Carolina Forest offers newer neighborhoods with mature trees and great access to everything without the tourist traffic. North Myrtle Beach feels more like a classic beach community: golf, fishing, and a slower pace. And my clients, people looking for established communities with mature landscaping and existing social structures, they often have a strong reaction to one of these areas and barely notice the others. That nuance matters enormously, because here's the fear I hear most often. What if I pick the wrong neighborhood? I call this the neighborhood mistake. You find the perfect house, but you hate the vibe. The traffic pattern is a nightmare. The community is too transient, or too quiet, or just doesn't fit. That's why I built what I call the Grand Strand tour system. Before any of my clients ever makes an offer, we do deep dive community exploration. High definition video walkthroughs that capture the noise levels, the traffic, the feel of the neighborhood at different times of day. Remote intelligence tours that go way beyond square footage. Because you can always fix a house, you cannot fix a location. I want to talk about something that doesn't show up in any real estate listing, but comes up in almost every single conversation I have with a client considering this move. The social cliff. The fear that you'll move to a beautiful place and be lonely, that you'll trade your existing community, your friends of 20 years, your neighborhoods who bring over soup when you're sick, and end up sitting alone in a nice house watching the ocean. That fear is real, and it's valid, and it's one of the most underrated challenges of relocation. This is why I've invested in what I call social bridge integration for my clients. Twice a year, I host a client appreciation gathering, not networking events, but real relaxed parties where clients who are newly arrived meet clients who've been here a few years. Friendships form, people find their pickleball partner, someone gets a restaurant recommendation that turns into a weekly thing. It sounds small. It's not. Community is the real currency of this move. Okay, practical stuff, because the emotional stakes are real, but so is the logistical complexity of a multi-state move. And if you're coordinating a sale up north with a purchase down here, there are a lot of moving parts. I've built out a vetted vendor network specifically for my clients. That means trusted cross-state movers who've been vetted through dozens of client moves, not just a Google search. It means attorneys who specialize in out-of-state closings, preferred lenders who understand your equity situation, and local contractors. We also coordinate welcome home services so that when you walk through that door for the first time, it's clean, it's move-in ready, and it feels like a celebration, not a project. My philosophy is what I call the relocation roadmap. It's a structured step-by-step process that accounts for every phase, from the first exploratory conversation to the day you get your keys. Nothing falls through the cracks, because the goal isn't just to get you to closing. The goal is to get you to that moment, sitting on your porch, coffee in hand, watching the sun come up over the water, and having you think, we actually did it, and it was exactly right. So let's bring this back to that feeling you had when you watched that viral video. That feeling wasn't just about a place. It was about a version of your life that you've been putting off because the timing wasn't right, or the kids weren't out of the house yet, or you couldn't quite see the path from here to there. What I want you to know is that path exists, and you don't have to figure it out alone. I've spent a decade guiding families through exactly this transition, from stressed out northern homeowners to relaxed, socially connected Grand Strand residents. The process works, and it starts with a single conversation. Here's your next step. If anything in this video resonated with you, if you found yourself nodding along or thinking, that's exactly what I'm afraid of, or that's exactly what I want, then click the link in the description below and schedule a free, no pressure call with me. We'll talk about your situation, your timeline, your vision, no sales pitch, just a real conversation. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, totally fine. Hit that subscribe button and keep watching. I put out content every week specifically designed to help you understand this market, these communities, and this move from the inside out. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this content reach the people who need it. I'm Layne, and I look forward to talking with you about your next chapter.